Nerdrotic.com.
Welcome, travelers, to the fringes of reality, where the strange and mysterious meet, and the thin veil between fact and fiction is torn. Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.
Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen of both genders. This is the Forbidden Frontier. Yeah, we can do a little more.
I was doing round of applause.
Round of applause. Oh, the absolute state of
God.
ufology, dude. It is holy fucking shit. So there goes demonetization.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, no swearing. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh well. Can't unmake the soup on that one. So there was two things that came out recently that I was looking forward to, and I watched, and I'm like, that didn't help anything. So, and I want to give context to that because I like Jeremy Corbell. I would love to have him on the show and love to talk to him. Right. I watched his Tubi special. I actually really liked the first one.
Yeah.
The second one we'll discuss. We'll discuss our criticisms that we're going to try to be fair. We're going to try to be fair. Then there was the NewsNation thing that I forced everybody to watch. I'm like, okay, here we go.
Oh, I was down.
And,
I was down.
Yeah. Stephen Greer. You know, I was talking to a bunch of people that Stephen Greer predicted that there would be this big disclosure, and this was it, by the way. So to give him credit, like he heard about this and then made a bold prediction after he heard about this.
Wait. This was the big disclosure? I didn't make that
I'm
connection,
assuming
actually.
so. I'm assuming so because
Nothing else
Saturday
came out,
has
right?
come and gone, and nothing else has come out. So I'm guessing it was more.
Well, everyone's talking about it. I mean, everyone.
It is.
Do you think it was that footage? That was the footage.
Yes.
I guess.
And it's Mork from fucking Orc. I'm surprised we didn't put it in the thumbnail. Nanu.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude.
So we can get into it, and we get into the footage, whether it's real or not, whether it's a drone or not. It looked. We'll get into it, and yeah, there is nuance here. There is some nuance here, but this is why I gravitate. I've been in the UFOs all my fucking life, and I believe they're here, and I believe aliens are here. But this field is so fucked right now, you know, and it's fucked because of ego, hubris, power. I want to be the one that carrying the message instead of prioritizing the truth over everything. Like the whole thing should be, we want to discover the secret. And God, I wish Richard Dolan was here, because he would be the perfect person to talk to. He should be the one leading the way on all this stuff. He's got such a measured attitude towards it, and those are the people we should look towards. And there's just not enough of them right now. There just isn't. And it's gotten
it's like a rock star. It's like turned into rock stars. It's like, I want to be the guy that has the right documentary with the whistleblower that goes up to Congress. It's not about having anybody that is credible or.
Yeah,
that's just everything right now. I want to be the one who
honestly
does the news. I want to be the one who does this first. Gets the scoop.
Yeah,
it's
very best.
It's like it's getting obnoxious.
It's not about being first. It's about getting the damn truth out. All right, like, and we saw a little bit. I mean, this goes on in ancient civilizations, but it hasn't like destroyed that movement at all. Most people still get along in it. The vast majority of them still get along. There's some sniping that'll always happen, but they're actually finding things. They're finding actual evidence, you know, and that thinking you can go to the government and they will play ball with you, even if it's friendlies. Like Tim Burchett's awesome. Fucking love that guy. Okay. Cool dude. Went after Nancy Mace a little bit, We'll find out. I think there's more to it.
That whole thing.
But like these two things go together. This Tubi special and the NewsNation thing absolutely go together. And I almost feel bad for Jeremy Corbell because he released this ahead, like pretty much around this. I don't know if it was the same day, within 48 hours of the NewsNation thing, which is gonna, however you like it, it doesn't look good. Like it just doesn't look good. That could be a real fun, and I've said this before, that could be the one real UFO we actually have.
Wouldn't that be fun?
Fucking egg. And it would be the aliens trolling us going, okay, let's put one of our stuff down, but let's make it like an egg.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no,
you got all this build up and you didn't think like, bro, it's an egg. You know,
like
it's
one of their nut sacks or some shit.
And I thought there would be a lot more, but we'll get into it. I have a lot to say. I have a lot to say on this stuff. But how you doing, Garrett?
I'm doing good. I, like you, watched the NewsNation coverage of it. I even watched like the 2-hour long interview before, where it was the interviewer that interviews these whistleblowers, and he had like other 2 experts come on. So I watched all of the NewsNation coverage. And same conclusion at the end of it. I was like, I might have to watch it again, but it smells bad. It smells bad. So
we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it. Adam. Hello.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Like
I just got back home. I did like 7 hours of driving this weekend. I drove to Malmo. I went to I felt like I went to a third.
Can't you drive across the entire country like,
in 7 hours?
Well, from left to right, yeah. But
okay.
north south, it's like Sweden is really long. It's like a big huge schlong. But anyway, I felt like I was in a third world country. It was wild, man. I didn't see a single Swede in the mall there. It was an interesting experience. But London. It's great to be home. I freaking love my house. I'm like a very big introvert when it comes to my personal space. You know, I'm very extroverted when I'm around people, but man, do I prefer being by myself. You know, so I love my house, and it's good to be back. And this was
on that one.
I mean, oh my goodness, I love the ancient civilization shit. You know what I mean? So when it comes to the UFO stuff, I'm just same thing as always. Where's the evidence? And then like this was this huge thing, like, oh, it's a video, and then I see the video, and it's like the most disappointing thing that I feel that I could reproduce myself.
I could have made that so easily.
It's so disappointing.
There's other videos out there that are much better that I believe are real. And I mean, quick preface: 1% of that shit is real, but that's extraordinary. That's extraordinary. I think most of it's bullshit. I've always thought most of it's bullshit, but man, UFOs is fun because it's the best mystery. And if you haven't been into it, I mean, you're aware, you know, from pop culture and anecdotally, or not, I'm sorry, through osmosis, that like what UFOlogy has come up against with the government apparatus. And there's a lot of reason why the government doesn't ever want us to know. And that's why we said like this push for getting daddy government to say, okay, on this stuff is something we just need to almost abandon. Like, we want whistleblowers. I definitely want the government whistleblowers. Like, I think that's good, but I think asking for their validation is just a waste of fucking time, and it will be an op, and they will play you. And that's
this one felt like an op. Like I was watching it. And I was watching it. I posted it in the Discord. I was like, "This is wild." They're getting into like psychics now. We have psychics that are like pulling down UAPs. Well, I finished watching the whole thing. And
psychokinetic energy, man.
Psionic.
What do they call it?
Psionic. There could be something to.
Well, I think the aliens are definitely, if they are this advanced, they're psychic. And I think the gray drones are psychic, and I think that's how they communicate. But they're created. Right.
It just felt too convenient to be like, we have aliens, psychic, check that off. Government conspiracy, check that off. It just felt like an op. And then they were like, here's this other operator. The remote viewing is the one that I talked about.
Remote viewing is real, and that shit looks
real.
Yeah.
Like it just felt like too convenient. Like what I still don't trust Grush. It's still an interesting situation, that whole thing. There's things that are like, okay. Then the other ones I'm like, you're still for the government. at least his story is like normal in a weird way. He's like, I was investigating stuff and all these people started telling me this is what they were seeing. And I'm just telling you that's what other people are telling me. And I'm trying to get down to the bottom of it, which is like, okay, let's try to figure it out. Whatever. This guy was like, I'm literally a guy that picked up the craft. We brought out psychics to pull the craft down right here. And I have evidence of it. And they showed like them doing a little operation. And I was like, I don't know. It just felt too performative. It felt performative. That was my thing.
It did. X-Ray Girl. Hello.
Hi. When I was watching this, I wanted to so believe everything. I was like, maybe. And as soon as they brought up the psychics, I was like, yeah, that's where you lost me. Like I could maybe believe most of it beforehand, maybe, but I don't know. It seems like a too outrageous like possibility.
It sounds outrageous, but here's the deal. All of that could have been bullshit, and the one true thing could have been the psychics. We got it, and they know it. Like that's the conundrum is ESPN is real.
ESPN
is
WNBA.
I think people can be precognitive. I think we're born with that, and it's blocked in our minds. Like, if I'm willing to believe that they used that they were like able to levitate stone, and which is something I ever entertain, I totally believe that somehow we could be connected, like some kind of Wi-Fi, the Akashic record, or through, doing stuff to your mind like sweat lodges or getting high on psychedelics and stuff. Like there might be some form of communication. I don't think that's that crazy.
Or cutting out fluoride because it's well known to lower your IQ is now being proven in children, but calcifying your pineal gland, right? And that could be like the Egyptians, they worship the pineal gland. A lot of their architecture even like pinpointed that one part of the brain, and they kind of were like, this is the key. And it's like, key to what? What do you mean? What do you know about it that we don't, that we now just, who gives a shit about our pineal glands? Like, or maybe that's the key to understanding how to, elevate the human, I guess, mind, really, like the power that we have, and unlock it. Maybe they were levitating shit with their minds.
I guess possibility for sure. Yeah. Like there's something about our consciousness that we don't understand still. So the possibility is totally there. It's just like when it comes to like the physical, we brought a guy to the desert and he got a UAP to show up.
One to sell,
like,
man.
I can't. It's hard.
You're trying to
massive pill to
so
swallow.
What do you? Okay. Yeah. I mean, we attribute advancement to technology and stuff. And
True.
I am convinced that the ancient civilizations were advanced in a completely different way that's still alien to us, that we probably can't even comprehend. In a completely different way. Yeah.
Frequencies and stuff. Yeah.
But what do you want to start with? Let's start with the NewsNation special.
Yeah.
What do you think? Let's start.
Yeah.
We'll get into UFO revolution.
Let's just wait. Before we do that, I think we should just touch on David Stig Hansen, who I found out about because of Jimmy Corsetti from Bright Insight. And this guy, Stig, has been to the Richat structure multiple times, is trying to go again, and they have just found a column of metal, right? A piece of metal. Yeah, here it is, right here. This is
Excuse me?
Pretty long. Like this it looks kind of chode-like. Let's be real. It's true, but
it's like a turd a little bit.
It looks like a.
Yeah, but it's metal.
I'm not gonna say.
Like, well, it's clearly because you could see it in front of his feet. Also, it continues. It's not just that one dark blob that looks like a turd. Like it actually continues on. The whole screen actually goes all the way to the right. Yeah, you can see it all the way to the end there.
Yeah,
and
it's really fucked up. Yeah.
Where it's located though. Is in the Plato channel. Now, this guy actually has a video.
Really coincidental.
Yeah, it is. I mean,
what?
What that channel. Is? For
Atlantis,
those who don't
bro.
know, David Stig Hansen,
Atlantis Boulevard.
Okay, so what this channel is though is it's essentially a very long, seemingly human-built water channel that goes directly into the Richat structure from a very long distance away. And you can actually see, so those are two, it looks like, no, go back to
this
that.
one?
Yeah. So if you can see, that's actually two people standing in the very center of the screen.
Oh, whoa.
Okay, so this is how big this channel is. It's not small at all, and it goes on for like 30 miles or some crazy amount, all the way straight through like a mountain area, all the way directly to Atlantis. So, and it was found in this channel. So it's a weird place where he already thought this channel. He has a whole video on it. It's actually pretty cool. It's David Stig Hansen if you want to check it out. And he's got all these different images of this channel and how far it goes all the way down. And it's like, it's very seemingly man-made. So he found this. This is a great video, actually. This is him talking. He actually basically shows the whole channel, and then halfway through, then starts talking about the metal column that they found. I mean, you can see these images are very, very interesting. Like, what is this channel? It's very, very straight. And it goes for a very long time, and then here it gets into the metal column.
Some of the metal here.
It certainly helps for people to actually go there. And you know, the thing is, nobody goes there. Mauritania is like not an easy place to go. Like when
dangerous.
Tour went there, what did they say? They were the 61st in 50 years. They were the 60th production. It might even be a lower number than that to get a permit to film there. So that's like one a year. So, and it's sparsely populated. The desert's swallowing up everything. Yeah. And this is just not there hasn't been any real archaeology done here, like at all, because it's not safe. You know, there's not enough money. And it's a big effing mystery that every time I'm told it's not Atlantis, there's like this new little thing that comes up to us. Maybe it was definitely part of it. Okay. You know, like it was and Atlantis, we use the air quotes, an older civilization. Yeah. And it's pretty fucking strange.
I just watched a debunking video about the structure here a couple days ago. Like right before this, I saw this. I just watched a debunking video on it, and I'm like, well, I'm watching it. I'm trying to be, objective and just like soak it in and like take their side of it. I'm like, all right, they're making good points, but at the same time, I know some of what Jimmy's videos and like what he's pointing out, and it was convenient how they were like overlooking some stuff that I know about the area and about what happened during the Younger Dryas event and like isostatic depression and the where the water went. Anyway, but then this dropped and I'm like, this is another one of those things that they really can't explain. Like, what is this seemingly metal column? I mean, if it's 13,000 years old, they're saying it could be that old. They don't know how old it is, but it definitely looks deteriorated. It almost looks like a cactus. For those who have lived in South Arizona with the saguaros, it kind of looks like a dead saguaro, but it's metal. It's metal. So it's very straight. It's pretty interesting. It feels like it was a part of something. I don't know. I don't think it does.
Well, how do they know
metal columns like that?
Metal doesn't do that naturally. I don't think, right?
So they had somebody out here to test it and make sure that it is what it is.
There's not a lot of water out there, so that will be like. Good point. It would still deteriorate, but I'm not I'm no expert on that. I don't know how it would deteriorate. It looks like it was underwater. That's what it looks like to me.
It does, yeah.
That looks man-made, dude. Is this supposed to be natural? Is this what they're saying?
Right. Well, isn't that crazy? Like, what is this? This
I've
channel
never
goes
even
for
heard
so
of this,
long.
Dude.
Oh, it's fantastic, dude. You should watch this video. Yeah, David Stig. He's got a bunch of videos on it because he found it in Google Earth, and he's like, "What the hell is this? What is this channel that just when he breaks it down, it goes right to the Richat structure." He's like, "Wow."
Do we have coordinates for this? Is that somewhere in the video?
He might be. I don't have them, but I just found it very interesting that.
Yeah.
I just want to know what this thing is. Like, what is it? What could it mean? is it actually some sort of piece from some ancient tech that was being used, or is it just
Or was
some
it like
weird...
a pipe?
Yeah, was it a pipe? Is it hollow? I mean, who knows?
If you go over this area in Google Earth, and Jimmy's done multiple videos on it. There was a guy who went out to try to debunk one of Jimmy's videos, and he ended up going, "Oh, he might have a point here."
Pretty weird,
right? And he's talking about all the chevrons from what many will say were wind, but it really does look like there was a deluge. There was a possible tsunami.
You look at the landscape just here, like it's all. It looks like wash. It looks like a big.
Oh yeah.
Go check out Jimmy's videos.
Very cool.
Great. We'll have to do some more research on
quick
that.
Hit.
And quick hit. It's something that's possible. Now we'll go to
could
the
be something
disappointing. Now, you don't want to I'm not going to give up on ufology and none of that. I'm not going to black pill on it.
It's too much fun.
I just don't think this one helped. And the guy they had on NewsNation, he could be completely legit as far as I know. He had a lot of people backing him up that were legit. His performance came off as performative.
I agree 100%.
Grush, believe it or not, Grush did not come off performative to me. This guy came off performative.
I disagree.
And
I felt it with Grush also.
I felt it way more with this.
I can see that though. I can see that.
When you're a whistleblower in this aspect and you're going after the machine, your life is in danger. It is legit in danger because you are threatening billions of dollars of proprietary knowledge that they don't want out there. They don't want other governments knowing, and these companies that work with the government don't want other companies knowing because they want to have it to themselves and they want to make a bunch of money. That's what's behind the secrecy of UFOs. It's reverse engineered technology that is being that's been patented and that's being protected to make money, probably to make really scary weapons. And the government's just not going to give that up, and they're going to, and they know how to play this game. So UFOlogy has been up against this forever. The other thing UFOlogy has been up against is themselves. They have been their own worst enemy for a long time. And I don't have an answer for it. I don't. People are people. This is usually what happens in scenes and stuff, but this has been going on forever. And it was great to see Dolan, in the documentary we're going to talk about in a second. We didn't see enough of him. And I think he's kind of the guy who should take the lead, to be honest with you. Knapp's the OG. Love Knapp, but Dolan, Knapp's the reporter, Dolan's the researcher. And
get them together.
Yeah,
working together.
Yeah.
So to preface this, Jake Barber, he is a Air Force veteran, and he claims to be a part of a crash retrieval team. He's the pilot that piloted the helicopters that came and picked up the crafts that were either crashed or landed on purpose. He's claiming that there's both. The one that he went to go pick up, it was a purposefully crashed or landed craft that was to be retrieved because there's communication between whatever the extraterrestrials are and our government. So that's kind of his vibe that he's saying. That's what's going on. And he had this whole experience where he was going to the site. He picked it up, and then he had this connection. This is where it felt performative.
The psychic connection.
He almost started crying at this point.
Yeah. He a psychic connection with some entity, which he believes is what was inside this craft or operating the craft.
He used the word God. Possessed him. Yeah.
And the 20 odd miles between the crash site and the site that he was told to drop it, he was possessed by this godlike entity that had feminine energy and all this stuff. And he
it was beautiful, and it just felt amazing.
I think that was the moment.
And my ovaries dropped. What? But, what'd you say?
So he also claims that the government has psionic teams and agents, operators that are connected, that can communicate with these beings and operate these craft. So they can summon them and fly these craft. That's his whole claim. That's his claim.
Oh, and then he said that his skin started falling off.
Oh,
and
this was
his
from...
hair flew out.
Yeah, so there was he did some sort of movement of a package of unknown origin, unknown contents, and him and his team all within a week got severely sick.
Oh, it wasn't the ship.
And that's when Gary Nolan Gary Nolan
okay.
had a different take on this, that I actually, if this happened, that they got radiation poisoning, that they got some sort of
Well, I mean,
skin molted, severe
but here's
burns,
if that's what happened, if your skin, he said my skin wasn't just falling off, it was lopping off, like lops. Like, I don't know what that means, but if that shit's happening to you, wouldn't you take a fucking picture of it? Wouldn't you take a video? Yo, my skin's lopping off. He used the term lopping.
Lopping is kind of like a weird verb
what
to
the
use.
hell does that mean? Hey,
show me the scars.
Yo, take a video of my lopping off my skin. Like, I would want to show that.
As X-Ray Girl knows, there's masks. There's masks out there that can like peel that your skin will peel off, right?
Right.
But I don't know about lopping off. But there's like little things
like face peel.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You can do it on your hands.
But maybe he just used the wrong verbiage. Maybe he meant just like when you get a bad sunburn, your skin's
no, he said
that.
He said like the worst sunburn ever, but like
Close Encounters,
way worse.
You know,
which I mean, that's happened with UFO experiencers where they have been massively sunburned. That's a thing. But that's radiation.
I just wish we had evidence of it, because if it's not physical pictures, why isn't there medical documents?
There are tons of with him, yes, exactly. For the other experiencers, there are pictures. There are pictures out there. You can absolutely see it where half their face is fucking sunburned and stuff. They put it in Close Encounters. Like that was a thing. But this one came. I fully expect if we ever find out about the UFO thing, I fully expect it to be weirder than we can possibly imagine. Could aliens who are able to fold space communicate with us psychically? Absolutely. Sure. Why not? It's just this one didn't come off very well. This one came off like an op, like they were really trying to just muddy the waters. That was my first reaction.
True. Yes.
Is like they are trying to muddy the waters. And I hope I'm fucking wrong about this. And maybe they're all from Orc and they fly around in eggs.
Show it.
Yeah, solid eggs, by the way. Solid. It was solid, they said. Now, people saying, Mike Barra, our boy Mike Barra, was out there showing the drone that's in the balloon that's shaped like an egg. That could be it. But the thing they were dropping here had some weight. So could they have just fucking made it?
He even said though that it was an egg. It's not like they are shying away.
Yeah,
like
no, they weren't.
It was like he even said it, like it looked like an egg, and it was like it was heavy. Like, look at this. This is when you first see this, you're like, "Whoa, what's this?" And then it starts playing, and you're like,
and then you're disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh.
So okay, before we go into it, NewsNation, independently from this guy, independently from Jake, said they obtained news footage of this retrieving of this craft.
Yep.
So it's not necessarily his specific time, but other times that they've done this as well. So that's the behind the scenes.
I thought this was underwater at first, and it's not.
A little bit of that feel, yeah.
No,
but it's not underwater. This is from a helicopter.
Some kind of silt or something.
Let's slow this down.
That was good.
Well, it's night vision, right? So, like, this is all happening at night, obviously. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Let's slow this down to take a closer look. That's an egg-shaped UAP suspended from a 150-foot long line.
Yeah,
it feels really. Yeah, I don't know. It. What? Yeah,
shadow looks more like a UAP UFO than the egg.
Yeah,
like a saucer flying sideways.
It's a fucking egg.
I know.
And like this could be recreated in somebody's backyard easily with an iPhone. It doesn't mean anything.
It was recreated.
It lands.
Did you go?
Yeah, let me go. So there was a recreation.
There was a recreation. That's very accurate.
I do have a very accurate recreation, so we prove that it can be recreated.
Very accurate recreation of this.
I'll show you here.
I got it right here if you got it. Okay, you got it.
There it is. Now let's slow this down.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
That's an egg-shaped UAP.
Yeah.
I believe it.
I suddenly have an urge for mac and cheese. I know it's weird, but
you know what?
Right?
I had a hard-boiled egg today in honor of this show. It was exceptional.
So I don't know what it is. It could be. It landed kind of interesting.
Stop.
You know, it just didn't feel like it was. It had the heft that they were telling you, because they were like, you could see this thing is heavy. It's mass. It may be several tons, and I'm like
you can't.
No,
see
it
that.
rolls away.
It rolls away, so it's got
It looks like
to it. I don't think it's
like a big bouncing ball or like an exercise ball. How it has like weight. You could weight it and.
Yeah.
Oh, I was about to ask. So Mark Shaw in chat just said, "What scale is it supposed to be?" This is what my biggest issue with this.
The egg is supposed to be as big as an SUV. That's what they said. Yeah.
So if there was actually like a human standing there or a car, and you see that it wasn't the size of an egg, it was actually like a freaking car. Like if you think that if that's the size of a car, you're like, all right, that's actually pretty massive. Then
that's pretty big,
you know, for an egg.
And they also said it was solid. Thing. So there's definitely some weight to it.
There's some weight, but like when you get those big blow up balls that you can get inside of and roll down a hill or whatever and bouncing. They're big and they have some weight to them, but they're still like not a UAP. You know, like, it wouldn't be that hard to go. Like even if you wanted to do it at scale, you get something that's big like that, a big balloon that's heavy, fill it full of air. You lift it, you go rent a helicopter. Your buddy, rich people have helicopters out in the middle of nowhere. They go, oh, let's pick it up and helicopter it down and use night vision
so you can't really see it.
You don't know. It just didn't have.
If it comes out later that this was the actual one real UFO we've actually seen in the world,
hey, man.
Okay, sorry, but
egg on our face.
Egg on our face.
Hey, that was good. That was good. That was good. I like that.
Hold on.
There you go.
And I'm fine with that. I'm fine with having an egg on my face.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. I hope
Walking
it
around
is
like an OnlyFans model. But
okay.
Oh my god.
Jeez.
Breaking records
every day. This was not what we were looking for. This is not the disclosure we were looking for, and it doesn't help at all. And I think you got to ease people into stuff too. So I think it took a giant step back over the last. Honestly, it's since that last hearing, it's taken a giant step back. And I think it's largely to do with the deep state, who's, I think if Jeremy Corbell and people want to start getting involved with government again, I think you wait till after the 20th. I don't think even with friendlies, like you could see Tim Burchett like has his hands tied on a lot of stuff. You got to wait until after the 20th if you want to try again. I don't think you were going to, as a matter of fact, since the Biden administration got in there, it's all been steps back. So because the deep state's in charge again. And now they're going to be a little threatened. So
a lot of threatened,
and maybe this is the opportunity, but looking for daddy government for validation. It's great to have hearings. It's great to have all that stuff. But honestly, whistleblowers need to get some evidence, need to go to trusted people, which there's probably a handful, and just get it out to the public. The public will be your disclosure.
Some evidence that's not. So I had a conversation on X that actually was fruitful. Wow. Holy crap.
Whoa.
I was making fun of the.
Don't believe you.
I know. It's rare. I'll have to prove it with some evidence. So I posted it like whistleblowers when you ask for evidence, and it's just them doing that they both did. And somebody was like, do you mean evidence? What do you mean by evidence? Because evidence could also mean, like an eyewitness or some kind of paperwork. And I'm like, okay, sure. In a court of law, the definition of evidence is this guy's testimony and some corroborating people saying he's trustworthy. That's technically evidence, but not all evidence is proof. There's a difference. So I want to see proof. I want to see when you come up and you say, hey, I'm important enough to have a hearing in Congress, which it should be important to, not lately, but it should be important. You better have something, bro. Because when you show up and you get all the eyeballs on you and you don't got shit and you're like, I can talk to you in a skiff.
Yeah.
Then people are like, then fuck you, dude.
Oh,
like,
great. They're going to have this awesome conversation that we're never going to fucking hear.
Right. Which they still have not had, by the way.
Nothing. Yeah. What?
So,
No,
yeah, I'm just like.
So this whole interview, I think it went nowhere. Like, again, Barbara could be telling the truth. I don't know the man. I don't want to totally shit on him, but it just didn't come off well at all. Right. Like, happy to talk to the dude if he wants to come on the show. Happy to talk to anybody, but we got to call the balls and strikes here. And that's going to be the tough part about doing this show, guys, in the future. It's like, I want this to be coast to coast someday.
Yeah.
But as well as our boy Jeremy Corbell tried to prove, actually did get to the point a lot and kind of overdid it in his interview. It's very tough to play ball, and I'm not willing to do that. Like, fully, I'm not capable of doing the playing ball. Like, I'm not going to like hold back on something because I'm worried about offending some potential guest someday. I can't fucking do that. Like, I'll certainly talk to them if they think I'm wrong on something. Come call me out. That's all good.
Yeah. But I think we should be able to ask questions. Like, that's not a bad thing.
As an observer of this stuff and a big fan and a believer.
Yeah, if we're looking for the truth.
This wasn't it.
What took him so long? I got to think about the timing too, because like the media, everything, we're talking about Grush, the hearings, like it was going on months and months ago, and then like, what? Why now? Like, why wouldn't you have come forward when it was hot? Like, now it's like, okay, well, now it's an egg, whatever.
2 weeks ago, we watched the documentary, and they were talking about there's more and more whistleblowers that are coming forward, and they're kind of like coming together, and they're gonna all whistleblow at the same time or whatever. I don't know if this guy is involved with that or he's trying to muddy the water before that happens.
Good point.
That could be. They did say in NewsNation that he was or wasn't. I know this is bad information. They did define that he was or was not in that group at the beginning of the special. So I'd have to watch it again to confirm.
According to everybody, like, this guy was in the military. He has security clearances. Like, he was around. Like,
he had high security.
I just mean this specific whistleblower group that they're kind of getting.
The whistleblower group is nebulous as hell right now.
Yeah, there's no names. When
we get into the Tubi documentary, we'll see, because I do think Jeremy Corbell made a very good point in that, which I think you kind of should have seen coming. But you know, I understand that, like, they're trying to push for this stuff and get the truth out there. But I don't have an answer other than you probably should have waited until after the 20th. I don't think you should have tried to get the truth out of this administration and this government that we had in the last 4 years. Look at all the bullshit they did. That wasn't UFOs. That was just real. Look at having like Adam Schiff on that fucking council, a motherfucker who was pushing like out and out lies till today. He still does. Like, that's pointless. You got the machine in there, right? You know, it's like, well, we want to be bipartisan. It's like, yeah, but like Adam Schiff, really?
Yeah. Adam, no,
fuck out of here. Guy's a clown. So Jake Barber, nothing against you, partner, but this one didn't come off well, and I think it did more damage than good. Correct me if I'm wrong, chat, but that's the way I felt. That was my first reaction. I'm like, God damn it.
Yeah.
No.
What are your thoughts on that group of people that he said that he works with that like hunt UFOs or UAPs, and then that company? Do you think it's real? I forgot what it was called.
I forgot. Skynet. No, I forgot. The Sky Watchers or something.
It was Sky Watchers.
Because it sounds like a lot of BS.
Yeah.
Because they were using the psionics, like a psionic to control.
Wait, who uses you? The government? Oh, do you have a contract with them? Yeah. It's like, there it is. There it is.
Yeah.
I want you to put a pin in that one and remember that for what when we get to the end of talking about Jeremy stuff, what he says at the end, because the stuff he says at the end, I think that could absolutely happen. I think it absolutely happen. But yeah, working with the government, having some outside organization that's private that we hunt UFOs, it sounds like they're pitching a TV show. That's what it does to me.
Yeah,
like
totally.
So true.
Totally.
So true.
A History Channel TV show right after that whole show. They just keep digging in that hole. What's in that hole? I don't know. We're gonna do it again.
Look
We're
how
gonna hit the
Skinwalker. I mean, you're wearing the Skinwalker shirt.
Yeah.
Like, you see how successful that show is. It really is a big hit, and you really don't see much.
Dude, it is
in
a
that show.
massive hit.
Yeah.
I had no. Yeah, it gets spread out too much. We talked about it, Adam.
True.
So I went to Skinwalker Live before we get to the Tubi special. I went to Skinwalker Live, and for context, Quarter Black and I have been to Ancient Aliens Live, and it was fun. It was fun to go there, but it was very scripted, right? And those guys they're good television guys, but it just came off as television guys reading from a script off the. They scripted this one too, but a lot more riffing, a lot more Travis Taylor just telling it like it is. He was dying to tell us what's going on in the next season because, according to him, next season they do hit something pretty big. Like this. Now we'll see. But
Under the Mesa,
when they condensed the last season, yes, in the Mesa, they're doing a lot more shit in the Mesa. But there's also they're not gonna hyper focus on the Mesa all the time. There's actually other parts that they found like really strange shit. So we're gonna see other parts of the ranch too.
Oh, okay, cool.
But when they condense down like all the stuff they did find from last season, it's like, oh, they did find a lot, but you can't tell. It should only be 9 or 10 episodes, not like 13 or 4. It should just be 9 or 10, and it'll feel like you got more out of it. Because when he condensed it down, it's like, oh yeah, they kind of did. Now I need to rewatch it, and I'm gonna go rewatch it. But it was really enjoyable, fun. The crowd was into it, so I had a much better experience. Got to meet them, got pictures with. I think I got got pictures with them. And they were super cool. They were all like really super cool. So
told them you want to interview them on your show.
No, I was not that guy.
Yeah, you need
I just shook Travis Taylor's hand. I did the.
That's true.
Man, you're awesome, dude. You're awesome. That's all I did. And he was really the Mesa.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and
you do your impression of him though.
I didn't. I should have.
That would have been cool to do. I think.
They were really nice and cordial.
That's cool.
And
that's good to know.
Like, and Brandon Frugal, you've got a good show, dude. Would love to talk to you someday.
Yeah.
Oh, he wasn't there.
Totally.
He wasn't there. No.
Okay.
I think when the show's not going, he's got that whole $1 billion business to run,
right.
Whatever it is he's doing over there.
So he can support his very impressive collection, which I respect.
Oh, I would love to.
I absolutely respect. So, dude, I'll talk to him 2 hours just about his freaking collection.
True that.
But it was lots of fun. So if you have a chance to go, I would say go. Definitely go if you're a fan of the show. It was definitely worth it. So we got UFO Revolution, which is a TMZ production about Jeremy Corbell. I did enjoy the first season, which was basically kind of summing up a lot. It's a lot of the government focused stuff, right? I was hoping for an expansion, and an expansion is not just hyper focusing on disclosure through the government. It's like, what other new UFO stuff do we have? What other new footage? You know what? Or maybe this Immaculate constellation document that everybody's talking about, maybe do 3 episodes focusing on what's in that document.
Right.
And we got 3 episodes and they didn't go over one single fucking thing that was in that document. They argued over the document a lot and they showed it a lot, but they didn't actually fucking go over it.
What is this document? Could you explain what this document is?
Well, it's this document. The importance of it was that it's been entered. It is a whistleblower document that was given to, this is very important to Jeremy, and it's true. It was given to Jeremy Corbell, and then Jeremy Corbell submitted it to be put on the record in Congress. So
you have Congress.gov.
You have a whistleblower document acknowledging that we have crashed alien technology that has been officially submitted into Congress. Our bullshit Congress that wastes money, has debaucherous parties on our fucking dime and does nothing for us. But it's been submitted, right? And it was submitted by Jeremy Corbell, and there was some definitely government shit. I totally understand why he was pissed off. I get it.
Well, was he pissed off because he didn't get credit, or like what was he mad about? Because I don't understand. I saw that video.
Well, okay,
of him like freaking out on the phone talking to Schellenberger.
The entire fucking third episode is him being pissed off.
Right.
And they went on too fucking long. I get why you're pissed off. So he was pissed off because Schellenberger was given credit for submitting the document.
Right.
Now it comes off in the beginning, and I think there's still a part of this is true. Jeremy, I love you, man. I love Jeremy Corbell. And I think you need somebody with a powerful ego and will not take fucking shit to take this stuff on. I have no problem with that if you can back it up. But he's pissed about the whole fucking thing. And I think it's a little bit, he didn't get credit, but he's also protecting his whistleblower. And that compromises his whistleblower who picked him, who did single him out and give the document to him. So that guy's life is in his hands. So that's a responsibility too. And I completely understand that he was pissed off. Nancy Mace, apparently, and I know a lot of Nancy Mace is based. She is.
Yeah.
She left Jeremy Corbell's name out. Apparently his name was on the cover of the document. They removed that. They removed
that's
it.
Messed up.
Dang, that is kind of.
Well, she said it's a 12-page document. When they put it on the website, it was 11 pages because they removed it. Then they added a blank page. So they definitely wanted to keep his name off it. Now, why? And then Schellenberg gets called out by, like, Jeremy's on the phone right now with Schellenberger in this scene, like fucking chewing him out, going, dude, did you lie? Did you know about this? And like expecting Schellenberg
he was so mad
to correct the fucking record in the middle of a fucking hearing, I think is a bit much, right? I think it's a bit much, but and Jeremy Corbell throughout this entire last episode is calling Nancy Mace a liar. Like Congress lied, Nancy Mace lied, all these people lied. Now he was very complimentary to Richat and Luna, so I don't think it's a partisan thing at all. But go on, Adam. Go on.
I'm just gonna. It just felt like he was making such a big deal out of.
It went on too fucking long.
Yeah, it's like, dude, bro, at some point, shut the fuck up. I get it, man. You're pissed. They left your name off. Move the fuck on, please. Talk about what the consultation Immaculate document,
what that is.
Like get into the details of it. Like, because we still really haven't gotten to view it and know what.
No, we're gonna read it on the show. It's 12 pages, so it's not that long. We're gonna read it on the fucking show to see what's in it.
There it is. There we go.
Yeah.
We got it. We got it because it's been submitted to Congress and anybody can see it. But
independently sourced this evidence.
I will talk to Jeremy Corbell anytime. He might not like what I'm about to say though, so I'm calling it like I see it. I didn't need to see. I think it's good to humanize the experience of what they're going through. So look, a few scenes here and there of Lou Elizondo and him talking about all the bullshit they fucking go through. Cause I imagine it's a lot and it's really frustrating, but it was 3 episodes of slow motion walking and it was the Jeremy Corbell show. And I'm like, I want to see UFO stuff. So there was parts where Richard Dolan are in it and it's great. And they talk to Richat. That's how it starts out. And then it just ends with,
woe is me.
Kind of a cope session about the hearing. And
the world's against me, man.
And it is. I think
it's against all of us. It's called being an adult.
Focus on the research. I know they put a lot of stock into the government, and it's huge that Jeremy was behind getting the hearings. It's fucking huge. But now it's time to just get back out in the field and start finding some evidence. Start finding some proof instead of waiting for the government to hand it to you, because fucking newsflash, they're not going to. And he realized at the end he got fucking played, and it was an excuse for the government to now have the names of the whistleblowers,
right?
And that was the risk you knew you were getting into. You're on Joe Biden's. I know Mace is there, Tim Richat is there, Luna's there, but they are just politicians and they have security clearances. But Richat says, I'm never going to be a committee leader. I don't make enough money, and he's fucking far too based. And so he's never going to be one, although he should be. That's the guy who absolutely 100% should be. Nancy Mace, as based as she is, does she know how to play the congressional set fucking bullshit politics game? And Jeremy, like, to his credit, called her out on it right when she goes to thank him, and he's all, that's my document. She's like, and you do too. And he got fucking mad. And I would too. With that response, I'll be, oh. So I think they just don't like the messenger. I think it's as simple as, I don't think it's they're afraid of him. They just don't like the messenger, which is bullshit, which is absolute bullshit. 100%.
No, but I got to point something out though. You make a really good point where he's trying to protect his whistleblower. Okay, now that aside, it feels like he's upset that he didn't get the free advertising of them saying his name and then introducing this document. And it's almost as if Nancy Mace knew that and got that vibe. And that's what it feels like. It's like, I want to protect my whistleblower, but what about my freaking the advertisement I would have gotten from you saying my name in the congressional hearing?
And he doesn't need to feel that way. That's the thing, is like, he comes to term, he kind of calms down at the end. He goes, listen, it's good that it got submitted. Doesn't really fucking matter. And I'm like, maybe he had to go through the process, but he did it on camera, and it just
to a TMZ produced thing. So they're gonna make it as dramatic as possible,
sensational as possible, and maybe I thought this was Jeremy's thing, but it's not. So it's a TMZ thing.
They're following him.
So I don't know if he's super happy with. I would not be super happy with the camera being my worst moments where I'm fucking pissed, or I don't want a camera on me when I'm road raging. I'm a fucking irrational moron. But dude, it's just like you got it. There was no UFO shit. There was just do 3 episodes on the document. Pick 4 pages per fucking episode.
Yeah, and just go through it.
Go over that. That's what I would have done. Had a lot more Dolan. I don't know if George Knapp was probably busy doing his show. And both George Knapp show and this show ended up being big nothings. And a George Knapp show should not be nothing. That guy knows so much fucking shit, and he's such an OG. And we're just talking about, all we're talking about is this person knows some stuff. This person knows some stuff. We have a piece of paper of people who know stuff that we can't tell you.
I want to hear. I want to see it.
I don't need to know any of this anymore, because the government's playing a game. The government's playing a game with you. They're playing, and he figured that out. He figured that out at the end. They're playing a big fucking game with you, and now it's time to just go to the public. Whistleblowers, my sympathy, because you are in danger. That's not bullshit. That they are threatening, and no, the danger is not from the realization there's aliens. The danger is from a corporation having to admit that they're reverse engineering a technology for some sort of weapon and possibly losing billions of dollars. That's where the danger is. Money. That's the danger. It's not the truth about aliens.
Corporate espionage.
That is probably 12th, 13th on their list. I'm not going to say it's 100th, but there's a bunch of things above it that they're more worried about than you actually knowing about aliens. That's the system you're up against, and it's just time to start taking this stuff to the people. How that gets done, I don't fucking know. I'm just an idiot. But as somebody who's just been in this field for a long time and heard the same shit over and over again, there's a point. I'm rewatching X-Files now. It's more relevant than ever, Adam. Holy shit. There are some based fucking episodes, dude, that predict the future. I know that, Lone Gunman predicts 9/11, but dude, there's an episode in season 2 that pretty much is COVID, and it's,
there was clips of that floating around in late 2020. People were like, "Hey, do you remember this X-Files?" Like, oh,
dude,
shit.
I just saw the one with Groovy Bruce Campbell.
Really?
Yeah.
Groovy.
Yeah. The X-Files is goated. I don't have an answer, but I think there just needs to be, maybe at one of these summits, maybe at Contact in the Desert, all these people just get together and hash out a fucking strategy instead of fighting all the time. Something, or it's just going to be a fucking dog and pony show. And quite frankly, this is why Ancient Civilizations is, it's a more cohesive area of research, believe it or not. It's like Atlantis versus UFOs right now. Atlantis is winning.
Yeah.
Well, there's a more common goal with the people in the ancient civilizations is just to discover truth, and it doesn't seem that way with the UFO community.
No, Mike Barra was right. He was talking about James Fox's documentary, And he's not wrong. Like, we're forgetting about all the pioneers who were in this, who did this research, who are gone now. And we're just like not even fucking talking about them. And that's, dude, you need to go back to the older books. That's what I've been doing. Velikovsky, been reading Velikovsky's books. They're amazing. They go to some crazy place and they read like a fucking sci-fi novel at them. But remember, this guy was a buddy with Einstein. This wasn't some fucking retard. There's and you might not agree with the conclusions, but some of the stuff he brings up is insane. And that's where a lot of the ancient civilizations and Graham Hancock, the humanity has amnesia, that comes from Velikovsky. That actually comes from Velikovsky.
Gotta get that book.
Can you
do? Oh, you know what? I have
some books.
There is Worlds in Collision, and I'm blanking on the other. I have both of them. The Earth.
Have them in the description. Might.
I have 2 copies of a first print. Garrett, I will give you one of Worlds in Collision.
And I will read it physically with my eyeballs.
Yeah, there is an audiobook, but it's rough. It's like practically read by AI.
Tough.
Yeah, it's tough. It's
tough. Do you want to go through this document?
Yeah, I do. All right. Introduction. This document is a result of a multi-year internal investigation into subjects of unidentified anomalous phenomena, UAP technologies of unknown origin, and non-human intelligence. The investigation was undertaken in response to urgent and credible threats to the public good and safety of the United States of America, and provided to Congress through the UAP whistleblower mechanisms established by the FY23 National Defense Authorization Act and the FY23 National Intelligence Authorization Act. The data consulted during this investigation and summarized in this report originated from non-public data held within the executive branch of the United States government. The author obtained the access to this information while pursuing their lawful duties as an employee of the Department of Defense. This public version of the author's report was reviewed and approved for public release by the Department of State, Bureau, and Global Public Affairs. By the way, I think this is document submitted by Jeremy Corbell. Like, he's the man who got it. He's the man who submitted it. He's the man who should get the credit. The results of this investigation are deeply disturbing. Elements of the U.S. executive branch have conspired to prevent the U.S. legislative branch from exercising its lawful powers governance with respect to the UAP, TUO, and NHI issues. The information provided by the author strongly suggests that the U.S. executive branch has been managing UAP and non-human intelligences, NHI, issues without congressional knowledge, oversight, or authorization for some time, quite possibly decades. The criminal conspiracy keeps the elected government of the United States and its citizens ignorant to profound discoveries and dire threats originated from the existence of UAP, NHI, and their technologies. Unambiguous evidence demonstrating the reality of UAP, NHI, and what's TUO?
Trying to figure.
Well, we'll move on. Has been made available to Congress by multiple independent UAP whistleblowers. Fuck it, I'm going to say UFO from now on. This document is but one item of evidence brought to Congress. Much more exists and hopefully will be made available in the public version of the report. Information is organized into 7 categories of evidence, including an unacknowledged special access program, USAP, imagery intelligence, IMINT or whatever it is, human intelligence, human, signals intelligence, SIGNINT, USG bureaucratic records, USG historic records, and sensitive sources. All information in this report is derived from access to non-public information. Section 1, unacknowledged special access program. Immaculate Constellation. Immaculate Constellation is an unacknowledged special access program, USAP, established following the public disclosure of the ATIP, ASAP, fucking government acronyms.
Government and their acronyms, man.
They do it to confuse us.
You fuck, whatever the fuck it's called. Bullshit. programs by Luis Elizondo in 2017. Upon disclosure to Congress, it was determined that this USAP and the collateral information have not been lawfully reported to Congress. Immaculate Constellation's primary mission is collecting imagery intelligence on unidentified aerial phenomenon, and RV, I was going to say recreational vehicles, utilizing tasked and untasked U.S. military intelligence resources as part of the network of the SAPs. Oh, God. Linked to non-human intelligence, NHI, and UAP, Immaculate Constellation acts as a nexus for collecting, analyzing, and disseminating intelligence on the activities, capabilities, and locations of anomalous aerospace threats that originate from foreign and unidentified sources. So let's get to the evidence. It's a program primarily consists of high quality imagery. Okay, so it categorizes the categorization of Immaculate Constellation as a parent USAP with various child SAPs under its umbrella indicate a high level of compartmentalization and secrecy. In effect, Immaculate Constellation serves as a central or parent USAP that consolidates observations of UAP and ARV. See, wouldn't it be great to have a whole episode on this?
Yeah. Shit, this is the operation that's operating the operators. Like this is like a octopus, dude. It's Immaculate Constellation is the shadow government operating
Hydra.
It's Hydra that's operating all these individual ones that are compartmentalized and only know their little sectors, and they gather up all that information. Oh, this is cool.
Scroll down a little bit. So we know. Okay, so,
so section 2.
It's an umbrella. Oh my God, it's an umbrella corporation. You know,
dude, absolutely.
Let's go.
Stupid.
Wait, go back. What was that? Formation of cuboid formation of metallic orbs. On USG networks, there exists daytime FLIR footage of the formation of 12 metallic orbs skimming the ocean surface at high speed before dispersing in multiple directions. Okay, so is this just going to be listing a whole bunch of different
we should read
things that happened? Well, we don't have to read all of them because if they're just listing them all, all right.
Imagery intelligence. Okay, so
it's showing the different things that
this is the evidence.
It tells you this is what we do, and it's been
text
access
of
to
evenance.
UAP, the NAACP, the CPAs, the DoD, the DNDs,
DEI,
the FNTs. Yeah, everybody, the EIs. Everybody's got it. Okay, go back to what Adam was reading.
Well, I just want to read. We could just read the black because it seems like each one of these paragraphs is another thing. So here's the first one right there.
Yeah, section.
Go back down a little bit.
Go down. Scroll down. Scroll up.
Okay, so here's the first one. I'm just gonna read. I'll just read the first sentence of each one here. Move to the next one. All right. Fast mover observed transiting over sensitive facilities on USG networks. There exists FLIR footage of small, medium, oval UAP flying at high speeds or low to the surface. Then we got intelligent vessels positioned to collect on reproduction vehicle on USG networks. There exists infrared footage of and imagery of grouping of vessels engaged in SIGINT and MASSINT collection at night on specific areas of the Pacific Ocean. This is like the egg video we just watched. That's kind of what I want to see more of that. I want to see this footage. Equilateral triangle UAP tails unwitted vessel on USG networks. There exists infrared footage of an equilateral triangle UAP, approximately fighter jet sized, hovering less than 2,000 meters above a vessel in the night at a location in the Pacific. That's freaking amazing. I want to see this.
Yes.
Large disk using clouds as concealment. On USG networks, there exists OPIR footage of a large saucer-shaped UAP emerging from within a dense cloud formation. The saucer registered black hot against white cold with atmospheric disturbances caused by saucer-shaped UAP visible. Wow. This is freaking amazing stuff.
I would love to see the evidence.
I know. I just the more I read, the more I'm like, it's just frustrating. I just want to see this shit.
This is all stuff that the government has.
Right. If the government has it, then every time I hear this shit, what is the reasoning they're holding it? Why are they not? Because people would fear that they can't. There's something that the government can control, so they think that, oh well, we're basically the parents to all these plebs that voted us in here, or not even voted, because this is like the bureaucracy that isn't voted upon. That's the head of the octopus, like you said. It's like those people aren't voted in. They're the ones that are deep into the freaking offices,
unelected positions.
Yeah.
Too many appointments, too many unelected positions. There's guys involved in the Pentagon, and like we have people in this chat who work for government and know this. So I'm telling they have way more knowledge than I do, that are there forever, that have been there through administrations. They're the bosses, dude.
Oh yeah. Let's see. USG. Okay. Yeah. Boomerang UAP observed by pilot and sensor suite on USG networks. There exists FLIR footage of a sweep boomerang UAP maneuvering at an uncertain altitude at the location off the eastern coast of the country. Of a country, actually. Country. So whatever that means.
Know what country.
Jellyfish UAP crosses U.S.-Mexico border. On USG networks, there exists FLIR footage of an irregular-shaped UAP flying across the southern border. That might be... I think that's the one droid. The droid.
No, the jellyfish one came from a base in military base. So this is another one.
This is another different.
Oh, okay.
Kind of cool.
Supersonic range fowler intercepts USN fighter. On USG networks, there exists FLIR footage and radar data of a supersonic UAP of uncertain characteristics conducting a head-on intercept of a USN fighter operating off the east seaboard. That would be crazy if you're like in flying in a fighter and something comes right at you, like playing chicken. Crazy. Wow. Tic Tac detected by space asset in proximity of vessel. On USG networks, there exists OPIR imagery and mass int of Tic Tac UAP transitioning through an area of the Atlantic Ocean. Is this the Tic Tac? Is this the one that we...
That's
different.
Different Tic Tac.
Totally different. Okay, interesting. So we probably know what that looks like. And we know that there's something there. Defense Human Intelligence Reporting. The USG maintains a database of intelligence collected by military personnel across a plethora of topics, including UAP. These individual reports are considered raw because they have not undergone evaluation, corroboration, or contextualization into a finished analytical product by military intelligence community analysts. A significant volume of reports documenting first-hand encounters of unidentified aerial phenomenon or unidentified flying objects. At least they gave it the UFOs. They kept that in there. All right. By DoD personnel exists within defense human databases. Many of the UAP reports are filed by military aviators and pilots, as well as service members trained in foreign military intelligence collection activities, and often include photographic evidence and sensor data. Show it to me, please.
One of these. One of them. Just one of these.
One.
So that's just their sources, basically. They're saying all the shit that we've got is from proper.
Sorry, Adam.
Yeah. No. You're
common
right.
UAP UFO shapes observed in the defense human data set. Sphere and orb. Spheres were the most reported shape, with variations ranging from smooth, featureless orbs to spheres with visible openings and appendages. These objects' prevalence suggests a possible standard in UAP design and function. Well, I mean, looking for a standard from multiple, does anybody believe it's just one civilization here? Even if they're if it's interstellar, I think we're like Antarctica. I think there's a bunch. All their bases are underwater, and they
I feel
might
like
not
if
like
there's
each
one,
other.
there's a bunch. If there's one, there's more than one. That's my thought on it.
Do you guys know who Ashton Forbes is?
Yes.
Okay, Ashton, I interviewed him a couple months ago, and he specifically really knows about the Malaysian flight, right? With the 3 orbs in the video where it just poofs, right? And he believes and has basically broken down that it's the government that has control of these spheres, and they're able to open wormholes. and they've mastered this ability and it's a technology that they're not releasing to the public. And it makes me think that I'm totally going out there right now. All right. So if micronovas are real, the Adam Eve story is real, they tried to hide it from the general public, but they have this ability to create wormholes and be able to
escape.
Yeah, exactly. Right. They know that the shit's going to go. They're keeping this information from the general public because they're going to use it themselves to basically avoid the next micronova, which, according to Ben, of Suspicious Observers or Sun Weatherman, Space Weatherman, is 2040. You know, it could be 15 years from now where the micronova hits. Right. So maybe that's what they're trying to do. Maybe this whole UFO, UAP, talking about this stuff is just a big huge psyop to give us to think that it's aliens when in reality it's actually just humans that have achieved a level of technology that the general public has no fucking idea how far advanced that we really are. Like, that wouldn't surprise me. That is way more plausible to me than actual aliens. I don't know. I see Sphere and Orb, and I'm like, it makes me think of that Malaysian flight.
I certainly think we have stuff that's it's always
true.
It's
both things
known.
Could be true. I agree.
Yeah.
The military 20 years ahead of what we know. And I certainly believe that maybe we have what is it? Gravitic? What was the term they use? We have anti-gravity.
Gravitic propulsion.
Gravitic propulsion. Right? And there is a very good argument to be made. Like, you don't want that information out there because that could be very dangerous.
Yeah.
Like, obviously it could be used as a weapon and could wipe out lots of people. That being said, if that's indeed what we have, that would, if there were aliens out there, that would be the kind of thing that would attract them too. If you think a nuclear bomb would attract them, that would definitely be that,
like, fuck, you guys have control of black holes.
Would require contact. That would require first contact for sure.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, that's why Grush said, like, they're like, well, we're at this level where we are talking. We do have deals with these entities. And he says entities like it's, I don't know.
It could be something.
I want to know what Grush knows.
It could be something as simple as we can communicate with them. They're too far away. We can't see them, or they're in another dimension. They found a way to communicate with us and given us technology to communicate with them, but there's no way they can get here or regularly. That's where, like, the whole, I forgot who first suggested it, but it blew my mind because I always thought when I was younger, like, the gray aliens were just aliens, but it's like, no, they're too uniform. So it certainly makes sense that they were made to travel long distances, to not need food, not have reproductive parts. Yeah. And that's the theory that, drones, they're drones. They're AI drones that can send communications back to whoever made them, and they can communicate with each other and us. And it's probably, it could be just, we're just a giant, they're just researching us. We have uncontacted tribes here that we leave alone. Brazil has a whole section of their country cut out to, like, it was to protect one guy at one time. I was just watching this video. There was one guy left from a tribe, right? And he was pelting anybody who tried to contact with him. He was just fucking shooting arrows at him. So Brazil's like, no, leave this fucker alone. We're going to cordon off this entire area. It is a no-go zone. And it was protected by the military just to leave this guy alone. So it
could be us.
There's that island in the Indian Ocean. There's a full island, like a huge island
that India will not allow you to go. India
patrols it. No one's allowed to go near it.
No one's allowed to go near it. And anybody's tried has died. That poor 26-year-old Christian kid went there and he died. So there could be an element of that. Like I've said before, as below, so above. I think there's bureaucracy amongst other civilizations. They fucking don't like each other. I just think that's probably universal, no matter how technically advanced you are.
Yeah.
I certainly believe that our government would protect the elite and fuck us all over. It was who's the Secretary of State guy who they're always talking to? He was in the documentary with James Fox. So he's with Lou Elizondo. He was part of the To the Stars Academy, and he was a former defense secretary or assistant defense. Chris Mellon. He said that he got good information that there was a dirty nuke in New York, and he quietly got his family out, but couldn't say anything.
Oh yeah,
he fucking said it in the documentary.
So messed up.
Let's extrapolate that a little bit to shit we do know that's gonna happen. And he didn't tell anybody. He didn't sound the alarm.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, just think. Okay, you're a corrupt government. Then you find out that there's aliens. They contact you and they say, "Hey, we're above you. We have full control over. We could destroy you at any moment, but we're just
got our finger on the button.
We got our finger on the button, but we're just doing whatever. So just so you guys know, why don't you lay off of certain things?" And they go, "Okay." Do you think that corrupt government is going to then tell its populace? No, they're going to keep that secret to themselves. You'll be like, "This is my secret."
Yep.
Because then that means that they're not as powerful as they are, as they want you to believe.
Who pushed to demonizing half of our country? We're trying we're trying. Adam Schiff, particularly, who said for 4 years that the greatest threat to our nation was white supremacy. There was Russian operatives everywhere, which there are, and there's plenty of Chinese operatives and Mossad operatives and Iranian operatives and fucking and our operatives. There's plenty of that shit going around, but and tried to push these known lies and lies that they knew were fucking lies, and they pushed them anyway, with especially going after Trump, and then having any one of these motherfuckers on this council, on that board, whatever the fuck you want to call it for this hearing. It poisons the well. It poisons the well. Schiff, nobody should be fucking Schiff and Schumer are fucking political snakes.
100%.
And I'm not gonna believe a fucking word they say, ever.
Yeah.
And they've earned that.
They're either severe liars or really fucking dumb, and neither of that is good. Neither of that should be in the government.
I think Schiff is a retard, and I think Schumer is incredibly smart and
fucking conniving
and evil as fuck.
Yeah.
That dude's evil.
So what we have, disc or saucer, we know that. Oval or tic tac. We are frequently seeing those. The triangles, that's all over the place. Now those, I think some are ours for sure. Absolutely 100%.
That's a design logic that we do.
Yeah.
True.
Boomerang or arrowhead. Those I think a lot are ours as well.
Us, yeah.
Regular or organic. Those are the weird ones that I don't think are ours at all. That nobody has.
Mua.
Yeah. Yeah.
Irregular or
People
organic.
That was...
we think a certain way as a society based on our math, our language, and there might be some that could just grow some organic thing, some organic jellyfish thing,
man. Yeah. Star Wars, the real Star Wars canon. Organic
regular
ships.
Or organic or irregular shape UAPs that those that defy simple geometric description were amongst the rarest reported sightings. Shape-shifting UAPs also appear in that data set. Now, I think the shape-shifting is our perception. I purely think it's because if these things can manipulate gravity, then they can manipulate the space around them, and we might be perceiving something completely different. I also think that they have cloaking technology. They have their sensors are so good that they know when somebody is they know when they're being observed by any form of life. I think if they're that advanced, they would know that, right?
True.
Because observation is on a quantum tangible.
Level.
Yeah, on the quantum level, it's tangible. So I think that anytime we see one, it is because they want to be seen, or it was just some catastrophic malfunction.
Or they didn't care if they were.
I think a lot of them who gives a fuck,
Right?
These monkeys down here.
No one's gonna believe you anyway.
Nobody gives a shit.
Yeah, right.
Sizes range from small objects to several meters in diameter, capable of stationary hovering to rapid acceleration speeds, surpassing conventional aircraft have been noted. Signatures often lack conventional signatures such as heat trails, electromagnetic effects, and military electronic reported. I just watched it was the 2-part X-Files episode where Michael McKean's in it. And Mulder, they switch bodies because a craft was fired up next to them, and due to the gravitational response, it flipped their bodies. And Michael McKean's just like as a man in black who hates his fucking life and hates his wife and hates his kids and wants to stay Mulder, which is a pretty good 2-part episode. But but they did, like, in that episode, they get into a little bit of the Philadelphia experiment. One guy gets like trapped into the floor and he's still alive. Yeah. And that look into the Philadelphia experiment. I still love the story.
It's a cool story.
It's a really fucking cool story. I think that kind of stuff could happen with something that it has gravitic propulsion. Like, it could do disastrous things. Surface details ranges from completely smooth to reflective to having visible
protuberances.
Thank you.
Cool.
Appendages, concavities, and openings. Orifices. What about orifices?
Could use that one too. Yeah.
Behaviors, highly maneuverable. We all know about that. Occasionally, disturbances in cloud formation and heat wave contrails have been reported. Close observers report feeling of unease and of electronic device malfunctions. So
skins lopping off.
Yeah, lopping
off.
Yeah, just peeling.
Lost time. Lots of weird stuff. So
these are commonalities between all of the other ones reported earlier in the.
So it's great
document
that this document was submitted to Congress officially. So it's officially in there, and whoever's in charge of whatever fucking acronym that's supposedly
of each title,
they're all going to say it's bullshit. And there's nothing to see here, right? And that's where I think the last hearing, and especially with the stuff that's come out lately, we've taken a step back. It's not good for ufology. You got played. Happens to the best of us, man. Don't look to daddy government. You're going to have to encourage whistleblowers to just come out and speak the truth, and not, again, I don't want to besmirch the guy, but come out and start a company, and like
promo your company at the end of the thing,
like a TV show. I think the truth, like, if you're all about the truth, that should matter the most. I understand people have to make a living. That's why you write books. Breaking this shit down. I will buy them all, okay, and read them. And appear on TV shows as a guest.
I think we should continue this document, maybe this second half of it next week, because there's still some stuff in there I think is really interesting. The way that they like kind of collated all of these different phenomena is interesting. And see
the
what
document is great.
Yeah, it's a good document. Like you said,
documentary on the document.
It's even in sections, man. Like episode sections.
So organized.
And maybe that's what, because this was a TMZ special. So maybe Jeremy was holding back because that's what his next. I don't know if he's even working on a documentary, but if he should be, like, this should be your next one, dude. And I'll watch the shit out of it. But and there's just so much infighting right now. And again, I love Richard Dolan. He doesn't get involved in any of this shit, and he tries to cover it as objectively as possible. While, I haven't seen his reaction to the news. He did a live stream. He had a lot of people watching, but I haven't seen it yet. I'll go watch that. I don't know what he said, but yeah, that was it. I hopefully we get something new. The thing is with UFO stuff, it's like once every 10 years we get something big, but we need a Phoenix Lights, dude. We need another Phoenix Lights. We need a big old craft to fly over a major city now, where everybody, because it's like, oh, well, AI could fake anything, but AI can't fake 1,000 people recording something from 1,000 different angles. That's what we need.
Yeah.
If you want to know, that's what we fucking need. I don't need the government going, UFOs are real, because we're going to go, bullshit. And Jeremy Corbell talks about Project Bluebeam at the end. He said that their big lie is coming up is they're going to tell you basically 3-body problem, that like this giant ship coming slowly, and what else would help instead
give us
of like
money
starting wars,
to
give the
that's been my question.
Industrial complex money.
That has been my question the whole time, is why, if they do have these biologics, if they do have this technology, why have they not just shown that they have the ability to do it, right? Because then they could just say, oh, there's aliens out there and you need to give us money to fight the aliens. Because it's like, obviously, that's what we do every fucking day. So why haven't they done that yet?
I think they're saving it.
They could be saving it
right,
to build
right
up
now.
to
They're
that.
making a bunch of money, from Israeli-Palestine Palestine conflict, Ukraine, other shit we don't know about that's happening, and they're definitely
China doing whatever China does.
Oh yeah, I've had a couple people contact me going, I'm deploying somewhere where I can't tell you, but it's not Ukraine and it's not Israel or any. That's like, oh shit, like what the fuck else is going on?
Yeah.
And I
so
don't
they could
know.
be saving it up for that.
They could.
You know what would suck is if that was true, and if there was something massive like that floating towards us, we'd all be like, "Fuck you! I don't believe
Why didn't
you."
you tell me? One thing I don't understand is if he had high security clearance, how could he talk about these things that he saw when he was doing these jobs?
He's supposed to be protected as a whistleblower. That's the only thing I can think of. But like showing that footage,
or he was cleared like
as Garrett said, he didn't provide NewsNation with that footage. They got it from somebody else, so he won't get in trouble for that. But he's corroborating it, which I think you could still get in trouble for if you had if you're under some NDA. Don't know. But all they did mention in, I can't remember if it was NewsNation or the documentary. I think it was the documentary. It was just go public and go as public as possible to try to protect yourself. That's your only option. That's what Bob Lazar did. Bob Lazar was so scared for his life. His only option was to go public. He's in it briefly in the beginning too. And he just said, hey, good luck. Good luck, like, buddy.
I'm out, man. I did my piece.
No, we'll see. I'm not going to give up on it. I love this topic. I love that there's a bigger universe out there. I would love to know it, but it's also probably pretty dangerous. We're probably better off not knowing. But I don't. Yeah. I don't work that way. I don't work that way. Oh, one more day. Oh, dude, it's almost. We are.
Tomorrow.
Oh, you're talking about Spider-Man.
Oh, I'm talking about Trump being president.
Tomorrow is a big day.
I'm very excited.
Yeah.
I think we'll do the nooner at 10. X-Ray Girl. We'll do it at 10, and then I'll jump on Jeremy's stream like when we're done.
Okay.
Tomorrow. That's the plan. But I'll be on with Jeremy on The Day Cobra, a homosexuals channel for doing that.
Are you gonna wear your MAGA hat?
I don't have a MAGA hat. Nobody sent me a MAGA
you never got one?
I never bought one. No, please don't send me one. I can buy my own. But I have a Make the Comic Industry Great Again hat.
I got the OG 2016 MAGA hat.
I want a hot pink one. They have
the dark MAGA.
I do want that black hat. That
you know what? Somebody send Adam the hot pig one. That's
no,
if you want to send a hat.
No.
No one knows my address, so
it's 12345 Sweden.
Dang it.
Avenue.
Just you.
At the tip of his schlong.
I thought he doxed Schellenberger for a second when he's like talking to him on the phone.
Yeah.
Then he puts it up. I'm like, did he just show his number? But it's not. I was like, okay. But they did not. He did not make Nancy Mason Schellenberger look very good at the end of there.
True.
But I don't know. I think it was
dramatic.
Yeah, I don't think they're. I definitely think they're Jeremy. They're keeping your name off. Well, you're 100% right, and it's fucking bullshit. But the reason is, I don't think it's any danger to security. I think they just don't think you're the messenger, which is bullshit. I will unequivocally. I don't care who the fucking messenger is, and if he rubs people wrong or whatever. I don't care. It was he dropped that document off, so he had every right to be pissed off. I just wouldn't have spent an hour on it the show.
I just want to say, for the record, even though I was saying what I said, like how they think that he was just pissed he didn't get the advertisement, I still think he has every right to be pissed. Right? I'm not saying that he was wrong to be.
He did the legwork.
Right.
He did the legwork.
So I just want to make that clear. I'm not.
There's also
I get it.
And protecting whistleblowers and sources is kind of a big fucking deal. Right. And he might have felt like I just led this lamb to the slaughter, and I would fucking be pissed, and I'd be distraught over that. I'd be absolutely distraught over that. So yeah, he's got every right to be mad. Let's get the soups. Let's get to the soupy doopies. Yeah, so less than what is it? I gotta do math. Hang on. Is it 17 hours?
I don't know what time it's at. So
till he well, it's noon. So we're at 7, so that's 5 hours from midnight. So that'd be
when
it's
he
noon when he does it. Yeah,
17 hours.
There's a rumor that he already has been inaugurated, like he's already president. Some shit,
like secret.
Well, I think they're doing the actual.
do
They're doing the inauguration.
Yeah.
Like, I think behind. Like, I completely understand. They could say it's the weather. It's security. It's fucking security, and it's okay 100%. To say that. And all the like trollops out there going, they were gonna get a small crowd, bro. He would have had a fucking huge crowd. Just don't even start
just
with that.
Based on the votes.
No, completely fine with him just putting a hand on a Bible, but with 2 people there. I don't give a fuck about the spectacle at all.
You think he's going to use the Lincoln Bible?
Just get to work.
I hope so. That won't make Razorfist happy, but
one from the Lincoln bedroom. He loves that bedroom. Yeah, he's talking about it.
But
it's a large man. Did you see the bed? It was huge.
It was huge because he was very tall. He's very tall man. Yes.
Like me. Like I'm taller though.
Yeah, he is tall, and Barron's taller than everybody. Barron's a giant.
Dude.
He's proof giants exist.
Yeah,
proof giants exist. Josh Kelsey has dropped 20 and then walked away because that's what he does. That's what he does.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Josh.
Hey, thanks, Josh. Zorbu was gifted 5 Nerdrotic Live memberships for $25. Thank you, Zorbu. Thank you, Zorbu. VH for $5. Trump just said he's releasing all the JFK files. Let's fucking go. Oh God, I hope so.
Did he say that? Oh, let's go.
I have that book.
That might be next week. I mean,
show title. Yeah, show for next week, man.
I mean,
find that audio that I sent. I put it in FF. I put in FF research. It's in FF research.
Dude, there might be a lot of disclosures.
I remember you posting that.
Well, no, the libs of TikTok right now. Trump is reportedly set to issue pardons for January 6 political prisoners as soon as tomorrow. The pardons are already drafted day 1. Let's go.
Let's go.
You got to free Ross, Trump. If he doesn't free Ross, dude, the libertarians are gonna flip their shit.
They always do anyway, but they should free Ross. They should free everybody. Absolutely 100%. Everybody. Even if they did some damage, they've done more than enough time. They shouldn't do any.
They shouldn't do any.
Except for the Capitol officer who shot Babbitt. So
100%.
That guy's a piece of shit.
He's never faced any punishment.
No, and he went on one interview and said, "I don't regret doing it." It's like,
ass.
There's a lot of good cops out there, but they ain't your friends. Just remember that. A lot of them were following orders and arresting people on fucking beaches and shit like that.
Yeah,
a lot of them stood down during the riots or straight up fucking ran. So yeah, I know some good cops. There's a lot of bad ones too. Jose Contreras for $1 a rant. Thank you. Gary, you never told us about how Cosmic Summit went in San Antonio. Also, I have squirrels in my attic. That service is expensive. Yes. I thought I heard one today, but it wasn't. It was a branch. Thank you.
PTSD with the squirrels.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh, dude. As soon as I heard something in my garage, I'm like, fuck. Ran upstairs, got in the attic. I'm like, you motherfucker, you're dead. But it's not there. No, I saw what they did to my brother-in-law's house. Holy shit. So
I got that voice.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Let's okay. So to set this up real quick, folks. Who was it who made me aware of this? Oh, Mark Millar. It's like, have you heard this? And I'm like, no. So in the age of AI, I gotta absolutely say this could be AI. Totally could be AI. Could you show the tweet real quick, Garrett? Because it does give the information. This is about LBJ, but it's not LBJ. It's alleged audio tape of executive director of the DNC, Clifton Carter, admitting that LBJ was behind the assassination of JFK. No, scroll up real quick. I wanted to read the rest of that. Real AI. If this was This was around for 8 years. Why haven't we heard about it? And is Alan Dulles' name now conveniently cleared? Not sure. So that being said, this could totally be bullshit, but we're going to listen to it anyway. What the hell?
Good to see you. How's life treating you today? Well, Saul, it's been a pretty touch and go situation. Linda and I have had quite a few unpleasant words here lately over the deal with that he hired Mike Wallace to assassinate the president. It's been...
Why would he say that, though?
I know.
Why would you say that?
But back then, there wasn't everything wasn't being recorded. I'm sure they felt pretty safe talking about shit even back then.
Way, but,
it's right on the nose. Just right in the middle.
Let's hear it.
I guess we'll continue to do so. Linden should have never issued that order to Mike. But we've had our differences, and I'm a true blue to Linden, as I've always been, and tried to carry out every order that he's ever given me. But this is one I'll probably never be able to forget. And the time.
They're not going to show it, are they?
Yeah, they show it. So, okay.
We
I want to get back that part. So we heard the meat of that, and we could share the link if you want it. But yeah, they show his head explode. So that's probably not a good idea.
I mean, even if they didn't think they were being recorded, it just feels like it just felt like it was too much. Like, why would he say?
Well,
like,
have you ever heard the?
I don't know.
Have you heard the recording? Have you? Okay, wait. Have you heard the
Hold on,
recording
no.
of LBJ talking about his relationship with MLK? Have you ever heard that recording?
No, but
where
that's
he drops
real.
the
Though?
where he drops the N bomb. Yeah, and this recording is real.
I was going to say this recording, I don't know the context of it, but it sounds like a real person. It doesn't sound like a to me, and it sounds like a genuine recording of somebody in that time period. So, you know, if it is
legit
him,
question though,
I don't know.
Legit question. Why would you fucking say that? Why have I never heard of this? Why is this been supposedly around for years and nobody's ever heard it? Good questions. And like I said, it could probably be bullshit, but there is a recording out there. I'm going to paraphrase it. People in chat probably know better than I do, where Lyndon B. Johnson was saying some pretty racist shit about MLK, but he's all, it's good to have these people on our side. So basically admitting we're just using these motherfuckers, so we can stay in power, and we're going to embrace it. And that was the whole thing with the Democratic Party, right? The Democratic Party
the whole thing
evolved. It is the whole thing. The Democratic
always
Party
has been the whole thing.
He was a civil rights hero, but also a racist.
Oh, this talks about that recording.
Racist,
says the bad word.
Yes. Yeah, so that's a real thing. That's a very real thing. So I don't know. Mod Eric for $1. I heard Garrett is helping the OnlyFans model on probing trading.
No, I'd never disclose that information. That's insider knowledge.
Yes.
In the skiff, right? You talked about it.
Only in the skiff. Only in the skiff.
Deep insider knowledge. Logan Miller for $9.99. We just seen an unacknowledged program, and Stephen Greer just got his CE5 a boost.
Okay.
I need to watch the latest Stephen Greer stuff. I've steered away from Greer because Greer was also one of those guys who was like in a documentary.
What if they're all onto something? We could go into the fields and summon the aliens.
Yeah, he does the whole thing of summoning the aliens, and
I mean, that is something that's in a lot of the eyewitness stories. The guy that was a security guard at Area 51, he talked to that alien and talked to him in his brain. I don't know. It's just the practical element of somebody literally bringing somebody. It's like hard to actually be like
to lead people into that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, okay, let's sprinkle that information and tippy toe into it.
Yeah.
You know, Jeremy Corbell in his thing, I was like, I'm trying to form this narrative. And I know in the context he was saying is like, I'm trying to form a narrative to the government because he's trying to play this political game. And it's like, that's the problem, though. We don't want to form a narrative. We want the fucking truth, not a narrative. Government, you will never beat the government at narratives. Period. Bubba Doom Traveler says, also, did you see Tucker talk about the drones this last week? Yeah, I think we got to save that for another show. That's yeah. Zorbu for $25 on the Streamlabs side. Aliens communicate overtly with you guys all the time, like my people. The small guys, we use Streamlabs. The tall whites, they communicate through homeowner association newsletters. The lizard people, a spokesperson called Adam Crigler, aka Iguana Boy.
The tall whites. That's funny.
Mark Clark says, holy crap, almost 2 more years. Yes, Mark, thank you. Gaming Punk 360 for $10. I got a radio ad suggesting I get another jab. Hey, MSM, I have the go fuck yourself variant. It's been 5 flipping years. Stop flogging a dead horse and shut the fuck up forever. The media can't go bankrupt fast enough. Could not agree more.
100%.
What did somebody say on Twitter? They said the LA fires, I forgot who it was, sure took care of that neurovirus, that flu that was going around.
Oh, yeah.
Funny how that works.
The avian flu? Or, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, yeah, the bird flu. But there is one going around right now that people are getting really sick from, and it's the virus. And it's the neural virus. You get it. It's the one you get on cruise ships, and it's just going. It's going around.
STD,
probably
STD or something.
Maybe it's not unlike con crud. It's not unlike con crud.
A lot of people around each other. They're going to pass some kind of
it's
around.
The flu. Bubba Doom won for $5. Did you see the Jesse Michaels doc on the drones and UFOs that I sent? Not yet, Bubba Doom, but I will look. I have so much stuff to watch. I can't wait. Did X-Ray see my Streamlab Brian Rommel of FF?
Yeah, it's the next one.
Yep. Can we get Brian Rommel on Forbidden Frontier to discuss LiDAR doing cutting-edge archaeology over the Mayan cities and other advanced tech? He worked at Bell Labs and is creating local AI tech here on X. Oh, we should have him on.
That sounds awesome. Hell yeah.
Brilliant. Hail, fellow travelers. Thanks to panel. Hail the chat. Love these, says Flav. Or is it Flav? Is it Flav? Flav. Wesley, 1924, a rant for $10. Love this new show, guys. If you need a place to crash or ride from the airport in June, I live about 30 minutes from Greensboro. Well, thank you. We've got a place to crash. It will be at the hotel. We've got a special like podcasting room. It's like George takes care of us. George is a good dude.
Partier. That dude parties hard.
Dude, he dressed
yes,
like
he does.
The disco night. That was hilarious. Dude.
All
That was
awesome. White. Oh my gosh.
Yep. Jeremy Corbell is too much of a carnival barker with his public image. He does turn up some interesting information occasionally, to his credit, but I would have lowered his profile myself if I were a rep. Yeah, he is what he is. But yeah, you can't choose your messenger all the time. But I think it does take kind of a massive, like being president, it does take a massive ego to do shit like this. That doesn't bother me. It's the over focus on him and maybe that wasn't his decision. It came off like he was directing us, but I think it was a TMZ thing. So they made it all about him. And I don't think it worked. Hey, if some so-called whistleblower provides video of me drunk and peeing over my shoulder into the Columbia River last summer on a dare, my buddies, that's total bullshit. Not me, says Bigfoot for $25. Nobody believes you anyway. Nobody believes in you. So why would they believe you? You know what I'm saying? Duppy Ryder or Doopy Ryder for $2 says, sloughing off sounds more likely. Sloughing off. Sloughing?
But
accidental.
The sloughing of the skin.
Yeah. Accidental Seller for 50 Norwegian krona. What's your opinion of Richard Dolan? In my opinion, he's doing a great job of investigating these UAP UFO things. He's very eloquent as well. He's the best out there. He is easily the best out there. He is your go-to guy. He does streams pretty regularly. He's got a website. Go check it out.
He's just a cool dude too. Just like laid back about it. Not everything's like, he just explains things very eloquently.
Nice. Ross Coulthard is so close to jumping the shark. I think he did. Accidental Sailor. I think this last one might have been it. Are these eggs from planet Cadbury or Kinder? Orc. Orc. Neil Horn. Accidental Sailor for 20 Norwegian krona. Jake Barber. Chronic deer in headlights face. Yeah. Ew. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $1.99. Which will we get first, Disclosure or the Winds of Winter? Armageddon. Lord of the Ree for $2. When it comes to the UFOs, I've always reminded of what Mulder's source once told him. The best place to hide a lie is between two truths. It's also applicable to history and politics and geopolitics. Yes, you are correct. Ministry of Wrong Thing for $1.99. Skywatcher Ranch should be the name of the show. And it might be. It actually might be. Got a dry throat. Excuse me. Jose Contreras on a rant for $1. Wes Huff on Joe Rogan was so informative on ancient languages. I think you'll all really enjoy it. Never knew how interesting it was. Also, the Mel Gibson one was good too. The Mel Gibson interview was great.
Yeah, it was.
It was great. They are merely annoyed if you research, but if you experience, then tell, you will become a targeted individual. Oh, if you experience and then tell, you will become a targeted individual. On the bright side, they hate you either way. Accidental Seller for 20 Norwegian krona. The Malaysian flight orb video is clearly fake. Is it?
Yeah. There's a breakdown of it. The portal that it goes into. No, dude, literally the portal that it goes into is a stock asset. It's a stock After Effects asset of smoke. It's a smoke ring. It's been like whole, not real.
Okay.
It's been around for a while.
Pretty good. It's pretty good.
Tell Ashton Forbes that, because that dude is gung ho about that video.
Yeah, somebody showed that to me the other day too. I was like,
Accidental Seller for 50 Norwegian krona. You should have Mick West on. He's a skeptic, and it will be interesting discussing, but you probably won't have him on, so I won't mention it anymore. Lost cause. You never know. I want to get more we can work in a skeptic someday, but like honestly, if they're a bad, I don't know this guy, but if they're a bad faith skeptic, it makes for a fucking boring show. Boring as fuck. If you have somebody, I don't know.
You got to enjoy the whole thing. Like
conversation too.
Yeah, I like having conversations and stuff.
You got to enjoy the conversation. We're trying to find the truth. And I think we try to be as skeptical as possible while being open-minded. And I find most skeptics not to be open-minded at all.
Yeah,
right? Good point. That's a good point. Yeah, it's annoyingly so.
It's fucking annoying. Okay,
it's like that guy that was on Joe Rogan.
Schumer. Is Michael talking about? Michael Shermer.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, Shermer.
Yeah, man, that dude.
He tried to debate. Graham, those.
It's such a waste of having fucking Graham on. Right.
I know.
It's like I just want to hear Graham. I don't give a fuck. Listen, I don't think not everything not any one of his theories is right, but I like entertaining these theories and talking about them. And he never talks about them as fact.
Right.
Exactly. But we got people trying to cock block just questions. That's what we're here to do, is ask questions. And you could certainly on your own debunk it, whatever. We would just want the truth. We just want the truth. But skeptics are like, just shut it down. It's stupid. It's all, reality is just a giant fucking accident and there's no meaning to life and we die and nothing happens. That's such a boring way to fucking look at life. I don't picture if people
especially when life is like constantly fighting, like discovering things that are more interesting than we thought they were. To say that everything is boring, it's like, but nature's proving you wrong like all the time that it's not boring.
It's just okay. So you've taken the very academic man have achieved the highest form of intelligence. We are it in the entire universe. That sounds insane.
Yeah.
That sounds insane.
And very unlikely.
How can you believe that?
Unlikely. Well, we're obviously the third most intelligent life form on this planet. Okay. Anybody read Hitchhiker? Dolphins and mice who are doing when we're testing them, they're actually doing intricate tests on us. So
forgot about it. I gotta watch that again. I gotta read the book.
Yeah.
I've never read
the book, bro. Oh, dude.
Oh, you gotta read
all the books. All the books. Read all of them. They're great all the way through.
Right.
I miss Stanton Freeman. Yeah, like Stanton Freeman. There needs to be documentaries made about Stanton Freeman and what a powerhouse he was. And this was a legit scientist who was a believer. And like everybody loved him, by the way. He just passed away recently. I miss him too. Have you heard of Paul Hellyer? Yes. A Canadian defense minister who made a bunch of UFO disclosures. Yes, I have. Mark of Reality. Absolutely. V6 Neon, a rant for $1 for mice, rodent, squirrel deterrent. I have got battery and mains powered sound frequency sonic emitters. I get them. I saw mice the next to my back door and mice damage to my car. Yeah. So
they're smarter than you. We just said this.
My older son's car got fucked up because while he was visiting, a mouse built a nest in his air duct, right? So his car wasn't defrosting. Yeah. And auto mechanics are so bad nowadays. Nobody figured it out. And finally, my brother-in-law just fucking looked in there and he's like, God damn it. They said they looked in here. Here's a fucking mouse nest right here.
Oh,
man.
man.
Like, yeah, it just pissed me off too. We don't, you know what? This could be for the H-1B visa debate someday, but it is undeniable. Like, I want America first, American workers first. That is my stance for everything. But we have to admit during COVID, I talked about this a lot during COVID, that when things were opening up, there were jobs everywhere. There were fucking help wanted signs everywhere, and they couldn't fucking fill positions because everybody was getting their government checks. And once those ran out, then they started getting jobs. But they, instead of, like that was a fucking serious problem. And we have not recovered from it. We have a huge skill gap going on right now. And there are people, there aren't as many people getting into like being able to work on your car. Right. And your car could kill you. So you can't have a bunch of fucking idiots. What could kill you on a car? Brakes and tires. And if people can't even fundamentally do that, that's a problem. We have a skill problem. So we need to hopefully, for one, maybe think about not sending your kid to some $100,000 school that's going to teach them fucking nothing and sending them to a trade school where they learn a skill. And if they want to go to college after that, that's great, but learn a skill that can help you survive and have a plan B. That'd be just my suggestion. But it's way cooler to be a TikToker. And thank God TikTok wasn't banned. Oh my God. Some of the shit we saw about that.
Crying dances were funny.
I fucking hate TikTok. I know. I'm like, cuck for the CCP. I know, like famous. I am famous for loving communism, aren't I?
Yes.
Or you or Adam. It's like
internet's funny,
It is funny. It's like TikTok being banned. It has American server. Fuck the CCP. So if there's any element in it, then yes, they need to sell it off. They need to fucking sell it off. I don't have an answer to this. It's a Kobayashi Maru problem. It is, okay, if you can promise me that the government will never, ever do this again, ban TikTok because they got a bunch of commies working for them. Fine. If you can promise me the government will never, ever do that, use that as a precedent for another company ever again. That's the slippery slope. I fucking hate TikTok. I wouldn't miss it if it was gone tomorrow. If it was gone yesterday, I wouldn't give a shit. I don't care. Because I'm not on it. I won't be. And I definitely think it serves propaganda. I think how you make it legal is you allow an American company to buy it. And if China wants to hold any interest, then you have to allow our apps in your country where we'll determine the algorithm, just like you do, like allow YouTube in China. There's a lot of our apps aren't available there. So level playing field, but it's a very complicated problem because you have a private company now with American interests and they're working with China. Oh yeah. So is every other fucking company. And I don't think it's great. I think we should, I think the best argument that came from going online is if you want to get rid of something that China owns, how about all the fucking land? I am all for eminent domain and taking that fucking land tomorrow. Take it to that is far more dangerous.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, I could give a fuck about TikTok and never will. The only reason that we have an account there is for people making Nerdrotic accounts all the time. And I got to call, like, if you want to do a parody or take my shit there, I don't give a fuck, but you can't call your thing Nerdrotic. I have to protect my trademark. So I do that once in a blue moon, shove this in your skiff, says John 5B. But fuck the CCP. Fuck China and their government.
Accurate.
Fuck them.
Is that unclear? Do we need to specify any more?
Well,
than that?
it's unclear to people who don't like watch the channel ever.
Yeah,
means
ever.
Low key for 1999. Couple really good watches about theoretical alien civs. Astrobiology is Lex Friedman podcast. Yes. Adam Frank or Sarah Walker touches on a bunch of interesting topics. Cheers. V6 Neon, a $1 rant. Trump is going to sign over 100 executive orders on day one. Holy shit. Both Kennedy assassinations along with MLK and others. I like this. This is all music to my ears.
I like the things, but I don't like executive orders. They're good.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
like a tit for tat constantly. It's like
fucking unmake the soup on that one, but I wish you could. There should be a limit. Yes. But as like, the National Archivist can be removed by Trump. So if pardon J6ers would be free day one.
Good. That's good.
Mice eat car wiring because automakers use peanut oil as lubricant to pull wiring through conduit and capable wires. Yes, they also eat wire, period. But yes. Hail panel in chat, says Jackson Cagle. Hail, brother. Jose Contreras, one more, sorry. Is it me or is Adam's plaque crooked? Or
it
just
is crooked.
Camera angle. Wondering minds, what, dude?
It's the camera angle.
It's the camera angle because if you look at the top of it, it's like aligned with that board.
My camera, if my camera was perfectly perpendicular to my wall, it would be
because the shelves also look crooked.
Yeah.
My camera's off centered to my room, so I need to recenter my camera because everyone's been talking about that, and I'm just like,
get yourself a level, put it on top of the camera.
It's level. That's level. The camera's also
maybe that's level, but your camera is not level.
The camera, is there levels on your tripod?
I professionally do this. It's tilted. It needs to be.
I'm a professional of being slanted. It's level.
It's not this way. It's this way.
You got to have the camera.
The camera needs to. I just need to center it and have it perpendicular against the wall.
Okay. So don't have an up shot where
I'm gonna do that.
And all that.
I was out of town. I have
a level.
4-month-old.
Excuses, Adam.
I sleep maybe 4 hours if I'm lucky. Give me a break.
That's not important. The level of your camera is way more
far
important.
away from what I care about right now. Cool. Thanks for letting me know, though. Appreciate it.
They always will. Vor Axel, remember like how much shit Brian got?
Yours
forever?
is also off.
Was that? Mine is off?
Yours is also off just a little bit.
Yeah.
You can see the shelving and the lines of the
heads of the.
I have to fix it now.
Look at the signs. The signs are skirting the top.
I don't care where you put the signs, but it's just
gosh.
not. Yeah,
it's
see,
okay.
he knows the direction he needs to go.
Now it just got worse. It just got worse.
I don't care. It's pointing down.
It is pointing down, but it's
supposed to be like a Dutch angle because you're trying to get as many toys in the background as possible.
The CGI was supposed to look that bad.
It's supposed to be retarded. It's supposed to be retarded. Where are we?
For
Okay.
Exelon.
Did you watch the new Y-Files today? No, I haven't. I'm going to watch it tonight.
Radioactive Chernobyl wolves. Looks good.
Oh, hell yeah. Directly related to higher concepts of existence. There you go. Hope for $2. I have cats. We haven't seen a rodent in decades. Yes. And that's a plus. A minus. You have seen lots of cat turds and a cat box in your house. It smells like a cat box.
Sorry. I have a cat and I never see cat shit anywhere. He goes out into the forest.
Oh, that's outside. It's outside.
That's outside. Well, you live in Sweden with peaceful animals that won't.
I met him. He's an American.
Neighbors
cat.
won't eat them.
You know why we don't see a lot of cats in my neighborhood? Because they get ate. They get ate by the coyotes.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah.
Or the
the coyotes.
It's kind of like when you see a cat outside, you're like,
Suckers
oh
are
shit,
annoying.
a cat. He ain't gonna last long.
Yeah.
Speaking of TikTok, all those screaming and crying moved from TikTok to another Chinese app called fucking Red Note, which is even more restrictive. However, they don't currently have enough English speakers to admin. It's a nuanced conversation that I think a lot of internet experts will get into. But yeah, I'm not a fan of enemies of our country owning an app that could push propaganda.
Facts.
But
especially with such a grip on the youth.
And it's funny that this has become a focus, and it wasn't before. And there was so much focus on Russia when there's been none on China. I don't think we should be doing business with fucking China, but we have to. I mean, like, we're tied to it. My fucking phone was made by some 4-year-old girl chained to a table in China.
Yeah, there's more slaves today than ever before in human history, and everyone keeps complaining about a certain country and dual citizenship and how it controls the American government, but they're also, none of them are talking about how China's probably got the same deal with a whole bunch of other politicians, probably the same politicians, because they clearly just care about money. So, right?
No, I mean, my only my only question is, and I don't have an answer to this. I don't have an answer. Is once the government starts banning like, it's got every right to fucking ban if it's a bunch of commies. But once that starts happening, where does it stop?
Right.
Where does it stop? That's my only concern is the government, because all of a sudden the government could goes, well, so it's a potential foreign.
Elon has too much power.
Yeah.
We got to get rid of X. That's what Europe's trying to do.
It is a foreign adversary. So yes, this one makes sense, but I've never seen the government stop shit. And all of a sudden it goes, well, we have a domestic adversary and we need to get rid of that. And we just saw him get rid of fucking Alex Jones, or tried.
It's true.
So that's what I'm worried about. Fuck the commies. I'm worried about like what our government, Trump is coming into office and we think this is going to be this fundamental change in the deep state. No, there's going to be a civil war within our government for the next 4 years. That's what there's going to be. There's going to be a deep state apparatus that wants to survive and is going to do. We've already seen crazy shit, and we're like 19 fucking days, and people are fighting over fucking H-1B visas and fucking TikTok. It's like, dude, we need to end wars. We need to close our fucking borders and take care of the fucking swamp.
Yeah,
that's
and right now we have a vicious dog in the corner. And when is a vicious dog the most erratic and most dangerous? When they're in a corner. And that's right now. So that's why we're seeing all this crazy shit.
I really don't care if I offend anybody with this statement, but we have a lot of young commentators who don't have a ton of life experience out there chiming in on this and not seeing, not having no fucking reference because nothing happened before they were fucking born, of the repeated patterns that we've seen in the past. And what happens when the deep state is in danger? Nixon, they got rid of Nixon. That was the fucking deep state. That was the deep state. They got rid of, they can get rid of presidents in a lot of ways. JFK. So, dude, this is not over. It's just beginning. So we need to focus our battles on that are really important right now. TikTok is full of propaganda and full of commies. don't really give a fuck about it right now. I don't think and you don't think that shit will just come over to YouTube and Instagram? You don't think Instagram and Facebook are filled with that fucking shit too? You know, because I saw somebody make
propaganda from a different place.
TikTok's making the kids trans. Well, so is fucking Instagram. You know, like so is Instagram. And like it's good to be if you want to be on these platforms, because there's a lot of apparently I don't know because I don't have the app on my phone. I don't intend to ever download the app on my phone, but I hear there's a lot of base people over there too. It depends on your algorithm.
It's true. That is what I've heard, but they also do the TikTok dances, which I am morally and I need to keep that away from me. I responded to
a comment, you know, because they were like, I can't believe you're pumping for the CCP. I'm like, where in the fuck did you get that in anything I said? But I understand your concern and you think it should be banned. And like, I don't necessarily know either way. My biggest concern was the slippery slope it presents. That's it. But I also ended the comment. If it's gone tomorrow, I won't miss it at all. Like, I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
I've been kicked out of 3 high schools, but I just know that we got to worry about our government too, still, even with Trump there. And it'd be naive not to.
Yep.
I joined the CCP while I was in prison. And maybe the CCP can start running private prisons. That wouldn't surprise me. There's plenty of propaganda in prisons. Oh, there's tons. What's his name again? I bad brain right now. The Islamic leader here in America who doesn't like Israel. Well, I guess that narrows it down.
Farrakhan.
Yeah.
Obama's pastor.
Yeah, Farrakhan. So they have this they broadcast in prisons like religious stuff. So you could have your TV, and this is back in the 90s, right? So whatever you get on the antenna, you can watch. But they also have a prison channel that shows religious services. So you'll get a Catholic service, you'll get a Protestant service, but there's also a lot of Farrakhan, and it's used as a recruiting tool for Islam in prison. So this was happening in late 80s and early 90s. I don't know if it's happening now, but that certainly was a thing.
Wow.
100% was a thing. Nation of Islam was recruiting heavily in prisons. Heavily.
They know their audience.
V6 Neon for $1. Please note car manufacturers were forced to use cabling made with installation made from organic material, which attracts rodents. VW had a big problem with it years back. Well, yeah, VWs are always going to have a problem because electronically, they're really good cars up until about 100,000 miles, then they fall apart. Basil 578 for $10. Unlike the Ruskies, you cannot complain or focus on China because they are Asian, and that is racism, according to the PC Hall of Monitors of the Deep Space. Distinguished gentlemen. Yes. Cart Manco for $4.99. You should have watched the Hellier series. It is about the Kentucky Goblins, aliens, actual report, and goes into the occult. Very interesting. Cool. God bless Adam. He is a new papa. Quit busting his balls about his camera angle. No, Basil. No.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for the $5. I'll consider it. No. No. All right, guys. That was a fun show.
Yeah.
That was a fun show. We've got I don't know what we'll do for next week.
I think we really should go over the other half.
Yeah, well, I think we should do that and then play it by ear, because if Trump
we don't know what's gonna happen.
The JFK files or the who the fuck knows? Like, if
there
you
could
just
be
start
some other files that we don't even know
100
about.
in the first day, I mean, like, who knows what's gonna happen? It's gonna be a wild week. I'm excited.
Yeah.
So
hashtag me too. I'm looking forward to tomorrow.
Okay.
If the J6ers are out, that would be glorious.
Agreed.
That would be fucking glorious, and end to that fucking nightmare.
Yep.
Oh, the Cauldrons of Siberia. I would like that would be a fun one to do. Voraxilon. That's a fun one. All right, what do you got coming up, Garrett?
Normal world Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Although I heard it's going to be like a blizzard Tuesday. So
for you,
yeah, we'll play it by ear. Yeah. I'm not sure what's going to happen. But check it out anyways. Me, Dave, Landau, and Angela just shooting the shit, having fun. So go check that out. And my own channel, Nega Garrett, NEGA Garrett.
So it's supposed to start hitting today, right? Tonight for you?
Yeah.
So
and then that winter vortex
for me. Well, yeah, we're already at freezing right now. So we're down here and we're way south of you.
You're way south. So yeah, if you're getting it, we're gonna get hit. So
yeah, so we're
bring it on. I'm down for it.
We're already at 32 degrees. What do you got coming up, Adam? I bet you're a little below 32 degrees.
Yeah.
Just a little.
Yeah, it's like 28 degrees or something right now out there.
Ooh, well, balmy.
I'm gonna sleep. I can't wait to sleep. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, my show. Yeah. So I'm doing my show. Fridays have been a freaking blast. I've been doing cover Fridays. Usually I do a Friday night jam where I just play my own stuff, but I'm just doing covers. Just kind of gave up. Like I'm just having a blast, and people are suggesting songs I've never heard. I'm like, we're listening to music, and then I'm trying to play them, and it's just a lot of fun. So yeah, come check out my Friday shows. They're a lot of fun, actually. I got a lot of competition on Friday. I guess the crowd here might have another show that they watch on Fridays. That's pretty big. I don't know if you've heard of it.
Well, we're not all Friday. We're just, it's 4 hours.
Yeah, it's true. But anyway, my show's fun. Base Half Mondays tomorrow. I got a lot of awesome people that show up and talk to me on it's like my panel show. It's tomorrow. So check it out. Base Half Monday.
Check it out.
Nice.
X-Ray Girl.
Tomorrow the nooner, and then I'm gonna be on the road at some point, and so I'll be at Kara's house eventually, and we'll probably stream there.
Are you starting to head down to MegaCon? Is that
slow start? I'm gonna spend a week at Kara's.
I was like, shit, it ain't that close. Don't get
no.
Yeah.
I'm driving down, so just PSA to all you Eastern people that live in the States, just stay off the road. It's fine.
Yeah, out of the way. Clear spaces.
Yeah,
there's a blizzard coming down.
His name is X-Ray Girl. So, and then we also have Basil 578 for $5 says, I know, but gotta show Adam some love. A freeze is hitting Northwest Florida now. Guys, you have nothing to complain about. It's 14 degrees Fahrenheit here. So
it's gonna
snow
it's gonna snow in Florida and New Orleans and Houston. That's insane. And
they're not all the way to the coast. That's not, like I say every time, Texas, any amount of weather whatsoever, just a sprinkling outside, people don't know how to drive. They're like,
it's actually true.
So
even
when
it's
actually
good
happens,
weather, people don't know how to drive in good weather. So, Mod Eric K for $1 says 48 Fahrenheit here, darn cold even here. John 5B for $1 says goodness matters. And I think I've caught up with everything. So
cheers.
Sweet. Trump had his big rally today.
Yeah. So YMCA. Did you see that?
YMCA.
He's up there.
Amazing. It was amazing.
It's not even a gay anthem anymore. How did he pull that off?
Dude, he made it based somehow.
That's the power.
He made it more masculine. Damn.
Yeah. There you go. I guess it's cold everywhere. And I have what do we I'll be on Jeremy's stream tomorrow doing the nooner. That's as far ahead as I'm gonna think right now. That's gonna watch some X-Files. That's my night. So good times.
V6 Neon for $1 says us Brits will get your snow next week. Oh, looks like it's snowing everywhere.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right.
Good luck.
I hope it snows. I want it to snow. I want to see it snow.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
It's fun.
Be cool. It's an excuse to have a fire in my fireplace, and that's what we're doing right now. So
get the kids out there playing in the snow.
Yeah.
See how Remy likes the snow. She'd probably like it.
Ooh, I think so.
Dogs love snow.
Dogs love snow.
Not mine.
All right. Thanks to the Nerdrotics. Thanks to everyone who left super chat donation. You help keep the lights on. If you're on Rumble, Nerdrotic, well, here too. See you tomorrow. See you at 10 a.m. 10 a.m.
Bye.
Have a good night, everybody. Thank you.
Bye.
Welcome to the Forbidden Frontier.